Hi, good morning everybody. This is Jean here, Jean Truelove from Truelove Quilts for You. My next project will be working on this quilt here. The story of this quilt was I had started this about a month or so before we realized we were going to be moving last November from our old house. And then that happened, as you know, if you've been following, that happened very quickly, our move into this home. And I was working on this, and at the time I did not have a pattern for this. I just had made this inside, like I think it's called like a fractured Dresden plate, this part here. And then, as I was saying before, I just sort of started adding onto it with the black and white dot and this border fabric. And I had this fabric, I will show you. I cut out this all of these circles here, and I applicate. Oh, there's Maxwell. Say hello. I had applicate.
Hello.
Hello. Come say hello. Come say
I'm
hello.
camera shy right now.
No. Oh, are you camera shy? Oh, well, Maxwell's here. So hello, darling.
Hey, so you just all black, so you just put on a scarf and say you're so you're YouTube ready?
I put on a scarf.
I think pre-COVID, like you actually got dressed, did your hair and everything.
Stop it! Oh my! I should edit that out. You punk! I put on a scarf to look pretty.
It'll be funny.
It'll be funny. Thank you very much, Maxwell. I put on a scarf for these people because I'm slopping around. What? Now what?
At least put like a nicer top on.
Oh, this is okay. Go away.
It's just black.
I know. I know.
It's the black.
I don't wear a lot of black.
Do you consider black a color, or it's not even?
And black. A lot of people wear black because it's slimming. It's thinning. It makes you look thin. Do I look like a size 2?
Hey, I understand black leggings, but
my black top. I know, because I wear colorful tops. Okay, you can go away now. Oh my God. Go away.
YouTube expects more of you.
YouTube expects more of me. Isn't that funny? Anyway, oh look, I'm wearing black next to my black quilt. And if you realize, thank you, Maxwell. I just started making this no pattern with what I'm waffling on about. Well, as you can see, you eagle-eyed viewers out there, this quilt is incredibly not square. I was chopping off, I made this bit, and it was fairly decent from here, that if you turn it a square. Well, then I started adding these triangles to make these corner ones, and my head wasn't in the right place. I just started chopping off fabric, which I have here. I have the black fabric that I started using, and I have the white dot that I was using. Actually, this is a different dot, but it's similar. And then I have this fabric here, which is the actual stripe here is on right here, this stripe here. So I found that, and then I had pulled this because I pulled this. I might actually incorporate that into a border. And then I have this fabric. I had gotten this out at Missouri Star Quilt Company, and this is the fabric that I am cutting out. It's a wrinkled mess. I'm cutting out the little circles, the little half circles here, and then I'm blanket satin stitching on my brother machine onto the quilt. So anyway, what am I going to do to remedy the quilt that is, long story even longer, about 5 inches short on this side to make it square? And as I was working on it during that stressful time, and then I worked on it, I didn't know what I was doing, and I put it away. It is still a wrinkled mess. I haven't ironed it or anything. It's a wrinkled mess with lots of lint on it. I just got it out, and I remember trying to make the black border bigger around it, and that didn't work because these pieces are very bold. So my husband and I was looking at it, and he said, and I said, oh, maybe what I'm going to do, I hung it up here, and I think maybe what I'll do is I'll just cut out the square, or this diamond here. And throw them out, throw the corners out, right? He said, no, Jean. He said, you know it's not made well, which it's not. But he said, don't do that. Don't do that. Try. It's only going to be for us anyway. Try to figure out something. And even if it's, as I always say, jiggery-pokeried, it'll be fine. So what I'm going to jiggery-pokery, this corner, as you can see, I hung it up here. As you can see, it is a good 5 inches smaller. I think that measures, I forget, 78, and this one is like, or that measures 82, and this one is 74 or 73, no, 76 or something like that. It's really out this side. But what I'm going to do, because I do have the extra fabric, the black fabric that I used on the actual quilt, what I'm going to do, I'm going to be very, very brave, and I'm going to slice that section off right there. I'm going to slice that right there on my cutting table. And then I'm going to add, with this, I'm going to add a tapering from that point to a bigger point, about a 5-inch from here, a 5-inch piece of fabric out of my black. So yeah, there will be a seam here, there, and there will be a seam here, going down to that point there. I don't think, again, I'm not selling this, it's not for anybody else to critique, but that way I can bring this down here, make that, square it up a little bit, and then this bit, this piece here, this bottom will be properly in the corner like the others. And then I think once it's, because it's black and forgiving, because you can't see things on it, once I quilt it, I think those seams will, you'd have to really look at them, look for them, I should say. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I thought, why don't you just finish it off, put a nice binding on. But I really thought I might want to put a little tiny bit of white border, just a small bit, and then maybe either this one, this stripe here, just the fabric of the flying geese, just the fabric next to the white, or use this stripe here that is, maybe I'll use this stripe here that is in the actual quilt itself. So that's my plan. So the next step, I'm going to just cut this bottom triangle off, because I must say that bit and that bit. Now, as you can see, I have the half circles up there. I really don't feel like cutting out more and putting them on the bottom, as it were. That's going to be the top and the bottom. I don't know what size it's going to end up. I may just, now that I'm thinking about it, I may just use this on the bottom to add a little extra, like, oh, what's that doing down there? You have circles all over, but then I like this, not the stripes, just the flying geese with the black. I like that because it has all of the colors that in this print. So I might just do that and call it a day with the two borders out here, the white dot and the stripe, and then put that down at the bottom and have it asymmetrical. There's no rule of thumb that you have to have borders that match, or that you have to have borders of the same size. By all means, mostly to the eye, I think, pleasing, but asymmetrical sometimes can be nice. I had made quite a few Asian fabric quilts out of panels, and it may be like a geisha girl. And then because in the Asian arts, there's a lot of asymmetry. So I'd have the panel over here, and then have just borders on one side and the top, and maybe the bottom, and none over here, maybe just a small one. So it's asymmetrical. It looks quite nice. So I'm not bothered that the top border and the bottom border probably will not be the same on this quilt. Add a little bit of interest. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So my next thing is I'm going to slice a piece out, slice this off, try to bring it down, add a piece. I don't know what I'm going to do. So this is my quilt. And it was interesting. I just noticed, or I had noticed before, I put a safety pin here a year ago. This I had sort of deemed as the top of the quilt. And it made a little bit more sense that way. But because I had done a side border of the circles, I was going to do another side border. I don't want to do that at all. And that is a little bit squiffy. And Ian said, well, it doesn't really matter what's the top or what's the bottom of the quilt. Just so long as you make it sort of square to the eye. And yeah, so that's my saga of I got it totally wrong, but I didn't get it wrong. It's a matter of now trying to make it pleasing to the eye. Again, setting triangles, setting squares and setting triangles on a quilt. There are a lot of different rulers that you can get because it's deceiving. You know, if you set something on point, which are blocks set this way, you need what are called setting triangles. You'd think it would just be the block cut in half. It's not. The measurements are different. You really do need to do your math and or have a nice template. And this was huge. This was huge triangles at the top of my quilt. If it had been on the square, to make it square, you know, triangles on either side, and they didn't work out. It didn't work out. I tried and it just didn't work out. So I'm just going to slice that off, add a bit there, bring it down, bring this piece down, straighten up the bottom, and I'll let you know what my progress is on my quilt. Yeah, so this is my next little project. Again, my last video I was talking about, Ian was saying about revisiting some of my other older projects. My older quilts that I had made, which is an awesome idea. I will be doing that most probably. Some of you would want to know what's happening with the bridge out front. Let me tell you, if you've been following, we have a very long U-shaped driveway. At the U, right here, here's our house, here's the U, there's the road out there. We were having cars, because of the bridge construction, the bridge is closed, we were having cars pull in and pull out of our driveway, right next to our house and then out. Anyway, my husband parked his van down at the very end where the bridge is constructed. We had a word with after a week of this, we've had a word with the foreman and the construction managers. They were very sorry. So there are seven signs up at the crossroads that this road closed, bridge out, detour, 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 detour. There's 7 signs. Big, huge blockades. Us 3 homeowners can get into our homes. And so other people are thinking, that bridge isn't out. So they're coming into our road. So last night, the construction guy, he said, this is ridiculous. He saw it because the cars are coming to the construction area at the end of the bridge and turning around with their construction. He said, this is ridiculous. My husband parked his van at the bottom of the driveway, so they can't turn around. They're like, he said, good. But now they were turning around in the top of our driveway. And our mailbox has already been hit. And I said, I try to be understanding, like people, whatever they're thinking, I don't know. But he actually moved the whole barrier right up the road, right? So the 3 homeowners can get out still. A car can come in, we can come in and out. But hopefully that will detract people because the bridge is down here. The crossroads is up there. So they were thinking, oh yeah, but now if they turn into the crossroads, they see the big road closed sign there. There is a road closed at the intersection, but they still come. So now there's 3 road closed signs, one at the top of the intersection, at the crossroads here, one outside our driveway, right a little bit up, and then one down at the bottom of our driveway. So that was last night. We saw two headlights, cars, but come to there, and then they're having to back up. But people, he was saying, the construction foreman was saying on another job they had the barriers, they were going around on people's grass to nowhere land because the bridge was closed. He said people just don't get it. And then you can see them put their car in reverse and they get all annoyed because the road is closed. The detour is not all that great. It's not all that big, but we've had trucks come down here that have had to back up the whole way. Just this morning, a big, huge, I won't tell you the name of the company, huge, great big truck. And he must have sat he sort of came through the barrier in front of our house. He was on the phone. I said to my husband, because of the company name, I said, look, he's probably making a delivery and is not, to that neighborhood over there. And the detour is there to there to there. And sure enough, we sat there long enough. This is my life now. I'm looking out the window, looking at construction workers and idiot people, right? And I must have been a neighbor way, way far away. We don't have neighbors close. I saw somebody come up and talk to him in the truck and point, point, da, 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 da. So he had to back this massive truck right back up. And I'm thinking, my husband parked his car at the end of this driveway up here. And I'm thinking, don't hit our car. But he made it through the barrier and he was gone. But anyway, people, but one last thing I have to tell you. Again, 3 or 4 videos ago about the plaque on the bridge, the beautiful 1911 plaque, historical plaque. Maxwell had been trying to, and I said, that's your job, Maxwell. I'm videoing it, so it'll be a later video. But Maxwell was trying to obtain it from the county or from the township or from the bridge authority, whoever, because it's a beautiful historical plaque set in limestone in the bridge 110 years ago. Here, my husband went out, spoke with the guy, and he said, that was on the 4th day of construction, and they're really working fairly quickly on the bridge. He said, about the plaque, if we could have it. And the guy said, we came onto the job this morning and the plaque is gone. The plaque is gone. The plaque has been ripped out of the concrete off of the bridge. And we're like, the plaque is gone? It's a massive, huge, great big limestone etched plaque in the bridge, concreted and cemented in. And he said, and we're like, who in the world did that in the middle of the night? Anyway, I have videoed that, and I thought, oh well, whatever. So the plaque is gone. But Ian said, well, we wanted it sort of because we're the first house before this historic bridge. And he says, well, somebody obviously wanted it so bad. So they went to all that trouble in the middle of the night to chisel it and to haul this massive, huge thing off the bridge. More power to them. So somebody, hopefully, maybe in the neighborhood, we'll see it, has taken the plaque out of the bridge. Chiseled it out of the concrete bridge. Anyway, so that's what's going on with the bridge. I think I will put that little video up when we found out about the plaque, and just at the end of this, because I'm not doing any sewing today, but this is my plan for this quilt here. Just letting you guys know. Whatever. I'm back in my sewing room, just letting you know what's going on. I want to finish this. As you know, I don't like to have unfinished projects, and so this is my little project just for us, our family. This messed up quilt, but it's very pretty, and it's going to end up really, really nice. I will be stenciling it and then free motion quilting in black onto the black. That'll be hard. And then just, I don't know what I'm going to do, but that's to come. So if you want to follow me, the evolution of this quilt, which is really wonky, and I'll try to make it a bit better. Anyway, I got dressed for you. Maxwell doesn't like my black top. Whatever. I put a scarf on. Oh, we're so pathetic, right? It's so funny. Anyway, today's chore day. I think we're gonna have a storm coming, so they're looking for get the snow blower and get the generator working and everything. So that's what we're doing today. And we just want you to stay safe wherever you are in the world, our YouTube family, and keep healthy and sane. All right. Love you guys. See ya. Bye. So the guys are back. I guess they went to lunch. And they are cutting the tree down. And I just texted Ian. I said, do we want the wood? Because we do have a wood burning stove. So he said, oh yes, 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 please. We have a log splitter, as you know. And free wood, our tree. Might as well take advantage of it. So I went up and I just talked to the chap. And he said, oh, absolutely. So they're stacking it nice and neat for us right there. Super. So we're going to have a nice supply of wood from this tree. As they continue to cut. Oh, oh my. Whew. So here it goes. There it is. This is a very tall tree. Moved into my kitchen. Trying to see what they're doing here. I'm just going to drop those branches. It's a big tall tree. Yeah, I did. Just throwing them down on the ground. Oh, there's my trash cans. Yeah, they're just dropping them from height. Yeah. They know what they're doing. Trying to go slowly here. This is a company in our area. It's been around for a long time. So boom. I don't know if you can see, but they've really done a good job. That's only about, what, about 10 foot up now? We're having to move these lines. Be very careful. The bucket has come down. And we've gotten all of these rounds of wood. We're very pleased about that. Super. As I said, we have a log splitter, so Maxwell and the boys and our kids will be able to cut up some more wood. And here's this tree here. We were concerned because the trees in Pennsylvania have been causing a real problem for homeowners, and a wind will just take it down. We've had, if you followed along, we had several what are called widowmakers, and I don't know if this one was as much, but it was dead, and the county deemed it dangerous. We could have taken it down, but they said they would, so it was like, oh, good, you know. But every time I went out to get the mail, or Maxwell to take the trash out to our curb, we were nervous. We were nervous. The other trees, by a tree surgeon friend we have, these other trees are healthy. They're fine. Even though the tree up there, this tree right, where can I put it, right there, that's been hit a couple times. And this tree over here, it's funny, that one, cars coming around the corner. In the many years that this property has been here. That's what I was saying. There were so many trees here. And if you can imagine about 10 or 12 more trees just dotting this property. Obviously, they didn't realize they were going to grow that close to the driveway when they were planted. Trees grow, though. And like I said, our son, in where this mulch area is here, right there, our son, there were quite a few trees on the property when he lived here. So this is now being cut down. Oh, he's going to pull it this way. And timber. Boom, down. Look at that. Good job, you guys. So the tree company is left, and this is what remains of our large tree. As you can see, there's a pretty decent sized tree there. That's it. That's it. Well, as you know, we have a log splitter, but it's way on the back of our property. So instead of bringing our log splitter up to the front of our home, we have a log splitter right here. Good hard-working Maxwell has decided to split the logs himself. Got some pretty heavy-duty logs here, wooden trees, and yeah. So there's our Maxwell. How's he doing, Daddy?
Doing pretty good, I'd say. What do you think?
Yeah. That's a big one.
Come in.
Ah.
You get it. You get it.
Okay, folks, this is what I mean. This is a truck bringing in heavy equipment, and I'm going to go to the other end. This is the top end of our driveway here, and there's no way that he can come in because it's just a 2-lane road down to the bridge. So, is he going to turn around in our driveway? All this heavy equipment. It's amazing. I would think the crossroad is up here, and there's a big parking lot up here to a park. He could probably back up and drop off that, what is it, a loader or an excavator or something. So yeah, here he comes. He had to back down, go up to the intersection to turn around in the park. There's a big honking piece of equipment. Oh my word. Hope they don't take out our mailbox. This is a narrow little road, as you can see. This massive piece of equipment coming in. And then come over here. Oh boy. These other cars here, these little black cars, it looks like the supervisors or something. They had to move, he asked them to move their cars. He's right on the road. Look at that driving. Ah, yeah, magnificent, isn't it? And big, huge earth-moving equipment for our little bridge. Look at that. Wow. Amazing truck drivers. Backing that up. Now, they're going to just drop it off there. Yeah, they're just going to, suppose, just drive that piece off. Look at that. So I'm going to walk down to the bridge work.
Well, I spoke with Mike, one of the workers, or the foreman down there, asking about the plaque that commemorates who were the engineers, etc., the deciding or guiding lights in the construction of that bridge in 1903.
1911, yeah, the plaque.
1911, was it? The plaque that was on there, someone has taken it already.
No! And I asked them what was going on. This little bridge here, which is, look at this, it was established in 1911. 1911. And these James Cruzen and Adam Saylor, the commissioners of this township here where we live, put this keystone, cornerstone, whatever, little monument. And I said, what's going to happen? I said to the gentleman, what's going to happen to this piece of marble here, or whatever, limestone or whatever? He said, oh, he doesn't know. I'm like, well, we'll take it. What, they took it out of the bridge?
Took it out of the bridge.
Oh my goodness.
That took some doing, because it was
so it was one of the
malted in.
It was one of the workers.
Stones.
We've
No,
been
one of the workers didn't take it. They came back the morning after.
Get out of town, because we've been trying to get in touch with the township. Maxwell's spoken to 2 people that said,
Yep.
oh my
We
goodness.
snooze, we lose.
We did
We
snooze.
should have just taken it.
Oh, somebody's just turned around in the driveway again. So yeah, so it's only been a little while and they've really stripped the road, but boy, oh boy, somebody took our plaque. Isn't that? They must have done that in the middle of the night, which is a bit scary because we live here. Someone stole our plaque. Dear Maxwell, he really wanted that. I'm just gonna go over here. The workers are coming at 6:30 in the morning. And dropping off these great big things. Look at the size. My lovely little bridge. Oh wow, oh wow. Oh mate, they have. Oh wow, look at this. You saw that. So, what beautiful rocks. What beautiful stones that is. Are they gonna widen it all the way there? Beautiful horse farm. Where was the plaque? It's been there since 1911. No longer. Well, I won't say what I think. Never mind. They're making progress. It's so pretty. Beautiful. Beautiful creek, but look at that. Look at that over there. That work. So they're going down to those woods. It's massive equipment. Taken down off the road surface. And I guess that tree there is slated to be taken down because it has the pink ribbon around it. Oh well, never mind. We tried. Dear Maxwell, he had gotten in touch with the county and the township, and it was all well, that's not our department, that's not our department. And he was really making the effort. I said, well, if you want it, you know, you do the homework, act like an adult, and you make the phone call. So I would be getting the information and giving him the numbers and the emails. And it wasn't meant to be. Oh well. Never mind.